What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's about 10 o'clock. It's raining a little bit. I hope that it stops tonight. I've got to go down the country tomorrow because I'm working on getting this place together. There's there's a lack of rental properties and spaces, good places for people to live. And I'm blessed enough to have a few that I can work on to give people a nice place. Everybody deserves to have a nice place to live, to feel safe and comfortable and so on. And that's one of the things that I try and do and try and provide. And we've got a place that we have to get ready for an inspection by Thursday. So I picked up the carpet yesterday. You know, there's ways of saving money, and dealing with my wholesaler that's up here is one of those ways that I can get better carpet than I can if I go to Home Depot at a better price and stuff. So I end up spending my time running around, grabbing this, that, and the other, trying to save a few dollars here so I can put the money I save into the properties and stuff. And I got to put the carpet down tomorrow, and the cabinets I've been working on this weekend, get those put in, and the countertop and the sink and all that stuff. So I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days. And I'm not complaining because I'm happy that I do, in fact, have work to do and am physically able to do it. I'm blessed from that standpoint. When I came out here tonight, I couldn't think about anything to talk about with the Cowboys. I think I've said everything that can be said about the rookie OTAs and so on. Well, there's more stuff we can talk about. I mean, we've talked about Zeke and him running 22 miles an hour, and I talked about why I think he's going to rebound, because the last 3 years have been not physically worn out body as much as it is. I think it's actually being in shape between the contract holdout 1 year, between COVID the next year going in there, and then he was running great. He was averaging 4.7 yards a carry the first 8 games of the season. And I'm not going to believe that he just got old overnight. It was the PCL injury in the offensive line. And so I look for him to actually have a great season, a rebound season, contrary to what popular people believe. But be that as it may, talked about the difference of us losing Amari Cooper and Green Bay losing Devontae Adams. Because you want to hear something funny? You could take Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper and put their numbers together, and that's still less yards than Devontae Adams ended up getting. That's a fact. Talked about how this draft is no sizzle at all as far as the Cowboys, big name players and things like that. That this is more of a team building type draft. I think a lot of these guys that we've drafted are actually going to make the rosters in one way or another, be it practice squad, be it the 53-man roster, whatever. The Cowboys have a lot of really good players. And see, that's something that people don't realize, that it's not just, excuse me, it's not just having great players. You can have great players, but if you don't have good players to back up those great players, when you lose those great players, you end up losing the heart and the soul of your team. That's one of the things that New England realizes, that it's not about the starting 22. It's about the first 35 players on the team, because I've got roles that I can bring guys in for a certain number of plays. I can try and hold on to my great players where I don't wear them out. That if I do lose one of them, I've got a good guy that can step in. And this is one of the things I'm hoping that the Cowboys are learning. I can talk about how the Cowboys are in love with Sam Williams right now, that Sam is impressing Mike McCarthy and Dan Quinn and so on. But tonight I feel a bit humbled. I was having a conversation by text with somebody, and, and they sent me something that was like the ultimate, the be all end of all of something that I looked at, and there's no way. If I could afford something like that, I wouldn't want it. It's beyond what you need. And see, this is one of the things, reason why I probably will never be a rich man. As much as money can do, and money, you got to have money. You got to have at least enough to get by. But there gets to be a point where how much is enough? Sometimes people get so focused in on making money and squirreling away every single piece of it that they become poor and desolate when it comes to relationships and living their life. I'll never be that multi-billionaire, millionaire, or whatever that rich guy. That's not going to ever be me. And I don't know that I would ever strive to be that. I'm satisfied when a person can send me a picture of something they want, or they say, here's a piece that I would love to have. When I build it, and they're like, oh my God, this is above and beyond my dreams. To me, that's wealth. That appreciation, that admiration, that joy and happiness that that person has. To me, that's more important than money. Because when I die, let's say I got $100 million when I die. Well, that'd be great for Michael and Michaela and Aisha and everything. That'd be great for them. But if that's all I have, then I'm gone. It's those relationships. It's those pieces that you leave behind. It's that dresser that I built, or that piece of artwork that I made, or that shot glass rack that somebody will look back and say, man, I miss Mark, man. Remember, he made this for me. Or, man, I remember hanging out and tailgating with Mark at the draft, and eating some of those Jobu wings and shooting the shit. Or like my man Tuck. Tuck's like, Tuck on Twitter. He's like, man, and I wish I could find the video, but unfortunately it was lost in that other channel. He's like, man, when I met you there at the draft in Chicago in 2016, man, and you interviewed me, man, to this day, he keeps saying, man, I need to find that tape, and I don't have it. That's the real wealth in the world. That's that commodity that can never be taken away, that can never be spent, that you never go bankrupt with. The real currency is the impressions that you leave. I'm sure this is not what you came here for tonight, but as I finish off the day and thinking about my buddy Stuart, who's real sick and working on getting better, seeing him come on my live stream and talking about his situation and being unsure of how it's going to turn out, but us having the opportunity to try and change his mother's life means the world to him and gives him hope and peace. Sad thing in the world is There's so many people out there that don't get what life's really about. They don't understand that you only have so much time here. Today was a good day. It was a busy day. It's a wonderful day. But now this day is gone. And now it's one less that I have. I don't know how many I have. But I know that this one's gone. And I can't ever relive it. And so I tell you guys, make the most of every day. That's your real wealth. That's the most precious commodity there is. Time. You can't buy it. You can't trade it. You can't sell it. And when it's gone, it's gone. So make the most of it, y'all. I've lost a lot of people that I really care about. But they live on up here for me. Make sure you guys tell someone you love that you love them tonight. Because you know how it goes. You might not have a chance again. Love you guys. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you as always.